Hello Hoopers, Roro here from Project Hoop, and I'm uploading these videos that I originally taught as online classes during COVID-19. I'm sure you can appreciate that the quality of them is not amazing, but it's not about that. It's about making hula hoop accessible to anybody and everybody who would like to learn. So I hope you enjoy these videos and happy hooping. Bye-bye. Vortex, okay? It's all going to make sense in a minute, all right? So, vortex, what is it? It looks like this. We bring the hoop up, yes, and we bring the hoop down, way, yeah? So we can all do that. Show me. Yep. And down, yeah. Cool. How about if we do it without a turn? So let's go up, and down. Can we do it without a turn? I've got a jumper on, so it's a little bit tricky, but I'm always cold. There we go. So the turn obviously helps you. So the reason that we're doing this here, if you're a bit like, it's leg day, I know it is. The reason we're doing it here is because what we just did here, we're going to transfer to here. So we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to be putting it onto our knees, and we're going to be bringing it up and then bringing it back down onto our knees, okay? So same thing, just different area. So where we're going to start is down here, okay? So let's have a look at our knee game. So I'm going to make full contact with the back of my knees. Full contact is essential. I'm going to make sure that my legs are together. I'm going to make sure that my knees are locked at the beginning. I'm going to push the hoop onto the top of where my kneecap is. And as soon as I do, I'm just going to give a little pulsation, a push, 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 like this. So no bounce, no bend, just a push, 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 push. Nice and straight, everything facing forward. So let's have a look. On your marks, get set, go. Good, and we're pushing into it, and we keep our legs together. Okay, our legs cannot be conflicted. They've got to move as a unit, otherwise it's not going to work. Okay, so legs are together. I'm pushing into the hoop, and as you can see, I'm nice and straight, and it's just this pulsation. So every time it touches my knee, I just push forwards, and when it goes around the back, I just push back. So push forwards, push back, push forwards, push back. Nice. Let's have a look at how we're getting on. Okay, so we want to be as straight as possible, and I'm going to add some differentiation in a minute. If you can keep it here, what I would like you to try and do is take a little walk. Okay, and when we take a little walk, the word little was used. I didn't say go run a marathon. Yeah, so just baby steps. So I barely bring my feet up off the floor. Okay, because it's very much on my knees. If it's a little bit higher up, I can get some, foot off the floor action. But when it's on the knees, we're just going to kind of shuffle around. So we'll move a foot, barely comes off the floor. It kind of just drags and shuffles. Okay, we've got a little bit of movement there. Okay, so if you can keep it there, please have a go at doing that. If you are struggling to keep it here, and it may be your first rodeo with knees, and that's totally fine, what we're going to think about is what we're doing. So we're pushing in to the hoop. Okay, so every time I feel it on the side, I'm pushing my leg into it. Every time I feel it on the front, I'm pushing my knee area into it. Okay, and if you push into it and you stay straight, yeah, you will eventually get it, all will be well. Okay, and it is something that you do need to drill quite often to get it where you want it. All right, so if you are just doing it on your knees, I want you to keep on practicing that. So I want you to keep on going, okay, push and keep it there. Yeah, so stop it, push and keep it there. Once we've got it there, what we're going to do is we're going to apply the same kind of method that we applied to our vortex. So my hoop's going to the left, so I'm using my right hand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend over my top half. So I'm not bending my knees, I'm just bending my top half. So I bend from my torso, that's how I would describe it. So straight forward, twist and bend. Okay, so I'm straight forward, I twist and bend. okay? And then when I'm in that position, I can lower my hand down, so I'll show you from this angle as well. So twist and bend back, and I can put my hand in and I can feel the hoop making contact with my fingers every time it goes around the back. Okay, it's the same as when we do a vortex. We have to really make sure that we keep the movement on this area going whilst we put the hand in, yeah? Because if we stop, it's not gonna happen. Okay, good knee hooping. That's good, nearly. Try a bit harder. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're not gonna grab the hoop, we're gonna hook our fingers. So I like to curl my fingers just like this, okay? So it's on my knee, and my hand comes down, it makes contact, and I curl my fingers like this, which means I've got this hook on this hoop, yeah? And once I've got that hook, I can bring it up in the similar fashion that I would with a vortex, okay? So I'm here, I'm nice and straight, my leg game is nice and strong, I'm confident with this, I've got it. Torso, twist, so I twist over to the right side, and then I bend, I put my hand in, makes contact, you see I'm curling my fingers, and I'm going to bring the hoop up and turn, and then push in to a lasso. Okay, so it's the exact same thing as what you do on your waist. The only thing that's different is it's on your knee and you're curling your fingers as opposed to pinching the hoop. Nice. So let's have a look, mate. That's good. Good. That's it. Belly got a bit of flesh out. Got a bit of grip. That's all right. Okay, so we're going to have different people doing different things, which is totally fine. So we've got number one, base one, which is the knees. Okay, and if we're keeping it on our knees, we want to be straight. If we start to push at an angle, or we start to push down, or pull back too much, the hoop will just slowly come down. Okay, and that's not good for anyone. Nice. So Meg, can I see you from the side, please, when you're doing that? Thank you. That's it. Okay, are you going for a drop? Nice, good, you got it, okay. Keep straight, don't bend over your top half. Yeah, because I think what you're doing, your drop is really good. Yeah, and then it's getting there, and then it's like you're doing this, and then it's coming. Okay, so make sure you keep yourself straight and just, that's it, that's it, that's it. And speed is your friend with it, okay? You want to be pushing forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. Remember, it's like a heartbeat, it's like a pulse. Yeah, we don't want it to be bouncy, okay? And then I'm going to come back to those of us who are doing a lift off. How are we getting on? Let's have a little look. So don't stop, you cannot stop. That's it. Back in, just get that hand at the back and pull it up. Whoa, yes, Helen, very good. Very good to the bien. So let's see, good. And then we'll talk about the next part in a minute. Nice, less bendy on those knees, I think. That's it, that's it. Less of a bend, more of a push. Let's have a look, Andrea. Okay, I can't see because you've got a table there, but what's happening when you bring your hand down? Is it dropping to the floor? Yeah, okay, so make sure when you bring your hand down, okay, so if I show you here, so when I bring my hand down, you see? Look over here, there we go. Yeah? Just put it there and keep going. And just practice, bring your hand in and just keeping it going. Yeah? And once you've got that, you know you're not going to have this problem of once your hand's in, this stopping, because you're concentrating on bringing it up. Yeah? So there, drill, putting your hand in, and then once you can keep on doing that, same with the vortex, we're just going to bring it up and lift it off, okay? And another little tip is when you bring it up, make sure what I do, I have a bum. And my bum gets in the way of things sometimes. So what I do to counterbalance my bum is I bring the hoop out a little bit to the back when I bring it up, which means it's not going to hit my bum on the way up. Because if I just went in really tight, I might hit myself. But if I allow myself a bit of room, so if I pull back a little as I pull it up, it helps. Okay, so I'm here. Nice. And my hand goes at the back here, and then as I bring it up, it's up here. So I'm very quick about that. Okay. And if you want to drill that movement, then you just want to think about holding the hoop at your back here and just flinging it up. And you've got to have the same kind of speed and quickness and timing as you would there. Okay. Now let's have a little look, and there is never any expectation that you get all of these things within the amount of time that they are taught. I mean, that would be brilliant, but we're human, okay? So don't feel like I'm branching off and teaching things because I expect you to have got that straight away. These things take time, as we know. Okay, so here I am. I'm here. I'm passing. I've passed to my left hand, and what I'm going to do is what I do when I bring my vortex back onto my waist, but I'm going to bring it down to my knees. So my knees need to be together, yeah, because we can't knee hoop like this. Yeah, knees together, same thing. But instead of stopping here, I'm going to continue my journey to my leg, and then I'm going to skim it. So I really give it a good skim onto the side, which keeps it on my knees, okay? So if you do a turn, it will help also. So down, turn, skim. Okay, so I'll show you here. So I really give it, you see what I do is I really it onto this side part here. The turn will help with that. Okay, so I'm up, I pass, and I'm down. I'm up, I pass, and I'm down. Okay, so just playing around with that, and we'll start exploring one leg in a moment. Good, nice. That's better, Meg. That's good. Make sure that you're just pushing with the same point though. Okay, so just above the kneecap, never below the kneecap. You can below the kneecap, but that's a whole different ballgame. That's like I can't remember the name of that part of our body. It's been a long day. Yeah, that's like calf hooping, which is quite difficult. So just focus on the kneecap. But I will say that there is lessons in every mistake. So even if it does go beneath your knees, try and get it to circle as many times as possible. Yeah, so just keep on circling because you're actually building muscle memory anyway, so it will help. Nice. So when we bring it onto our knees, I keep my knees straight. I keep it nice and straight because you want to skim it on and you want it to stay there. So if we get bendy, it won't stay there very easily. Very nice. Okay, so I will branch in a mo. Any questions? Because in a moment we're going to try with the old one leg. Okay, so we're going up, turn, it will help. Bring it up to the top. Have a minute. Just give yourself a little mental pat on the back. Just be like, whoa, I just did it. Wait, cool, breathe. Transfer. Bring it down. We're just going past our waist and we're going to skim it like Billy O onto that leg, which is gonna keep it there. Okay? Lovely. Helen, that was perfect. Yes. Make more pulse. That's better. That's better. Yes. Less bend. I can see you bending your knees and you're losing it. straight, pulse. Just imagine it's like a little, yeah? So if we start to bounce, it's gonna miss. So just nice and straight, push, push, push. Okay, nice. Yes, Andrea, that looked better. Less wiggly when we get it on. And I know it's hard because we tend to absorb the movement, or we want to move with it, we don't want to hurt ourselves, but you do need to be very strong, straight, in order for it to stay on you. It's good. Okay, and how are we with one leg? Let's have a little play. So one leg, and obviously don't worry, we're not just going to stay on one leg and stuff. It's playing, it's a movable feast. Okay, so one leg. If you are not confident with one leg, I strongly advise that you hold on to something. Okay, so if it's a wall or dear life or whatever you've got, then use that. If you are confident with one leg, then just go for it. So what we're going to do, I've got my hoop, it's going around my knees, and I'll show you how to get onto the one leg from the lasso, but I'm just going to start down here, okay? And the hoop goes pretty fast, okay? So you want to try and calm it as much as you can to start with. If you don't need to calm it, what you need to do is you need to make sure you know at which point the gap is at the side. Side, side, side. So we want it when the gap is here. So when we feel the hoop on the side of the leg that you're going to use as the base, that's when we know the gap is here. So if we see the gap here, because I always step out with my right leg, my left leg, I'm not going to step out here because my leg would not be there. So whichever leg you want to keep in, you need to wait until the hoop is flat, so the bulk of it is not appearing at the side of that leg. All right, and that is going to be your perfect opportunity to do a little flamingo step. Now, I use flamingo a lot, and it's because it's a small movement. Yeah, you see flamingos, they're really chill. No, they're just like this. I mean, I think they're chill. They look chill. They're just like this, yeah? There's no kind of force to it. It's very small, it's graceful, it's a quiet, confident movement. So what I do is the hoop is coming around. Okay, and again, I'm waiting for the point where I know that the bulk of the hoop is on this side because I'm going to be pulling this leg out. So it needs to be touching this leg because this leg is my base leg. Okay, so feet firmly on the ground, I look for that gap, and as it's touching that side bit, I step out. Okay, and it's a really small step. Yeah? And I'll show you from a different angle. Wait. So if I go from here, from behind, so I'm going to step out, so again, waiting and step. Okay, and as soon as I step, I'm pushing with the leg that is my base leg, and I'm keeping this one out of the way whilst I decide what I'm going to do next. So I just pull it, it's out here. Now you don't want to hold it out here for ages because it doesn't look very nice, to be honest with you. So you want to think about where you're going with it, because you don't want to end up here and go, oh, now what? Yeah? So, now what? When you're here, if you maneuver it right to the front, so we go from the side, we just bring the leg to the front, and it's nice and calm, as you can see. So I'm here, I've just stepped out, and then I just bring it to the front. I keep pushing, and then I can be nice and steady, okay, because my leg's not flailing around, and I'm pushing into the hoop with the other leg. Okay, that's the first one. So flamingo, Meg. I don't know which kung fu flamingos you went to see, but you need to forget about them right now, okay? Surely not all the flamingos were kung fu fighting. There we go. So again, looking for that space at the side. Flamingo, not Bruce Lee or Jean-Claude Van Damme. Step. Nice. Now, quick. Whew, I just bring it round to the front. And then I'm just stood nicely, and I can push. Yeah, because everything's in one area here. This is like, woo. Yeah, so we're just here. Good. Okay. And I'll show you the lovely, brilliant, fantastic, fantastic. I'm going to show the next bit in a minute. Yeah, so just practice 3 times, getting it out 3 times in a row. If you do it 3 times in a row, it's yours. That's my mantra. Take it. Nice. Nice. Good one, Meg. Yes. That's it. You got that bouncy knee. That was good. Feet need to stay on the floor. Levitating will make it harder. And I can't teach levitation. I'd love to be able to fly. So don't try and fly. Because we can't do it. Put the leg out. Very good. Totally achievable. And seeing it happen. Okay, Andrea, how are we getting on? Yeah, you are. Ooh, did I put you off? Well, blame it on me. Blame it on me. I'll take a hit. It's fine. Nice. Yes. Okay. Obviously, we're all getting to that point where we're like, quick, tell me now what, because I don't know what. Now what? Now what? Well, we're just going to go with a simple getting the foot back in to start with, okay? And then we're going to talk about bringing it down onto that one leg and some of the other things we can do, looking at some breaks, whatever. You saw the promo. We know what's going to happen. Here we go. So, I'm here. Da-da-da. I'm going to take my leg out and I'm going to put it back in. Now, it's really important that you go from being here to here when you do that. So I just bring my leg round and in line. Okay, so it's just like this. So one leg is up, one leg is in the hoop. Cool. Then we're looking for the gap again. So we're looking for the same gap that we came out of. So the gap at the side, or you can kind of go with the gap at the front. Okay, but I think if you keep everything the same, it just doesn't overcomplicate it. It's the same skill, you're just applying it instead of learning a new spot the gap at the front. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my foot down right next to my other foot and my leg, and it's going to come down right next to it like this, nice and neat. I'm just moving around so I can stay. And as I put my foot down on the floor, so as my foot goes to hit the floor, I kick my knee of my right leg into the hoop to absorb the movement so the hoop doesn't get ricocheted down. So down, kick. Did you see the kick? Show you again. So I'm out, back in front, down, kick. Yeah, so I do this kick as I bring it in. So down, kick. Yeah, cannot slow it down. And what happens is normally if you stamp or we bounce or we have something like that, the hoop will just get pulled down with it. But the kick, doing that little kick as you put it down, absorbs the kind of, I don't know what the word is, it absorbs it. The shock, absorbs the shock, maybe, of it. Yes, people are nodding, absorbs the shock. Yes, shock absorber, that's what I will call that. It's a shock absorber. Yes, and it will help. Because a lot of the time people will stamp their foot down and then they'll see the hoop go, and it's like you need to compensate for that stamp by giving it a little kick. Okay, and as I always say, this stuff is hard. Okay, it's a tricks class. Okay, so it's all hard. And you're totally capable, you will do it. That's it, good. Good, you're losing that. So make sure we're moving legs together. So legs are moving together, forward, backwards, forward, backwards, forward, backwards, forward, backwards. Like a little hummingbird, just a little beat. That's it, nice and delicate, nice and strong. There we go, nice! The hummingbird thing worked, right? Yeah, I love those guys. That's it. Cool, let's go for a leg. Hey! Bring it back. Nice and compact. When it's here, it's nicely lined up just to go down next to your leg as well. No fuss, no muss. And just straight, kick, and leg back down in. Whee! And it's difficult, And I know that the kick bit sometimes can throw people, but if you don't do it, you'll start to realise that you need something there, and then you'll go, that is what needs to be there. That little. Any questions? Good, you're doing good. Nice. Wait, no. Oh, keep going. Good. Good. Yes, Helen. No. Oh, nearly. There was a gap. Yep. Yeah, so just really line that leg up as close to the top of the leg that's in there, and just bring that sucker down and kick as you bring it down. Yeah, so without the hoop, it's like, yes, good, keep going. Ah, so close. Just need to keep that leg nice and strong. But that will come with time. You've done well, that's good. Let's have a look. Oh, you just stopped. Good work, guys. It's that's it, let it drop. Nice, and you've lost it. And with the knees, I will say, like, once they're gone, there are a few ways you can rescue it, but you don't rescue it, you just style it out. So there's a few little things you can do, little tricks you can add to be like, well, wasn't a complete car crash, you know, kind of slid at the end. But once it's gone, it's gone. It really is. It's one of those. It's terminal. Once it goes below there, you're like, no. Okay. Good, we're doing well. I'm gonna, let's have a look at adding the old lasso to the one leg. Okay, so again, there is no expectation that you have learned all of this stuff within that amount of time. That would be insane. So again, back to the vortex, how did it work? Well, if we're going to the left, we exchange to our left hand. If we're going to the right, we exchange to the right hand. So whichever one you are is where you're going to get to. Okay, get there and stay there. Cool. All right, so same thing that we did when we brought it down onto our knee, but what we're going to do is, as we bring it down, so I'm swinging my hoop, swingy, 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 and I'm going to bring it down. You can turn as well, the turn will help. And as I bring it down, I step out. Yeah, so I'm here, I bring it down and step out. So I'm really skimming it onto this leg. So the side of the hoop is going to get really skimmed onto here, and I'm going to step out. So I'll show you in real time, several times, what I'm talking about, just in case it's a bit wah, 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 wah. So again, same when we do the vortex, we're looking to bring the hoop down at this point, but we normally bring it into contact with our waist here, and we're not going to do that. We're going to bring it into contact with here, a little bit lower down, and as soon as we do, we step up and out of the hoop and start pushing with that one leg. Okay, so right to left hand down onto that leg, and I'm out of the way, I'm out of there. Yeah, and you really have got to be a really small movement with getting out of it, because if you go in like, that's just going to knock all the hard work off your leg, essentially. Nice, I'll show you different angles. Ready, so down and step out. And I really, really, really skim it. I can't stress that enough. Yeah, so you've really got to give it a good old skim onto that leg. And that leg has got to be strong, because if that leg goes wobbly and your balance isn't very good, then this one's going to go wobbly, then you're probably going to fall over, and then you might hit your face. And no one wants to hit their face. It's like the worst. Nice, good. That's it, that's one step closer. We got this. Yeah. Nice, Andrea, good. Keep that leg strong. And you want to really make contact with the side of the leg that you're using as your base. So I really skim it onto the side. And the skim gives it the momentum that it's going to need for me to keep on leg hooping with that one leg. And I've got enough time, I've got this out of the way, and I don't have to worry about this. So just keep it, that's it. And then we've got the same thing, we get in, and up, way. Like this, nice, too much bend, too much bend. Any questions? You're doing good. And like I said, like, you will get it. It's a balancing act. It's hard. Good. So Andrea, make sure that your leg isn't bent when you put it onto it. Keep that leg as straight as possible. Yep, bit better, bit better. So straight as possible and skim, no bend. Hello, there we go, a bit better, and again, no bend, really give it a, like you're doing frisbee with your hoop. So that's Meg, make sure you clear your back as you bring it down. So we're here, and we want to clear that back area, the same as we would if we're doing a vortex. Oh, I hate that noise, I hate it with all of my being. Same as when you're doing a vortex, if you bring it down, you smack those shoulders. So just make sure that you compensate for the room that you'll need. And you bring it down to here. Like I said, it's the same if it's too far forward and you have a bum, like me, you will hit your bum and then you'll hate yourself. You shouldn't. Any questions? If you want to ask me a question, ask. Good. Hopping will not help, but I understand it's a balancing thing. It is good, it was good, it was good. We good? Nice, I'm doing really well. All right. I'm gonna look at something else I'm gonna give you 1 minute, guys. Nice, good. I'm just watching, so again, common themes, I'll just go over them. If anything spikes your ears or your interest and you go, oh, guilty, then like, just tune in. Yeah, so nice, cool. So left hand, bring it down. You've got to skim it, yeah, and your leg has got to be as straight as you can make it, yeah, because if it's not, it's gonna be like this Cockney weird dance. It's not going to work well, yeah, so just bring it down, skim. This leg is out of the way. As soon as I hit this one, I'm like, touchdown, this one's taking off, it's out. Okay, leg is nice and straight, and then you want to kind of gear yourself up as close to this leg as possible, bringing it down, in, and just before you put that foot on the floor, we're going to do that little dance kick with that knee just to absorb the movement. Okay. Remember, you are skimming for this area here. When we do a vortex version, we can go for a bit higher up, but because we want to get this leg out, we need to bring it lower so we've got more space for that to happen. All right? Your leg needs to be straight, it needs to be balanced, and it needs to be strong, and your feet need to stay on the ground. Yeah, I don't know when David Blaine does his levitation classes. It might clash with mine. There we go, good. And like I said, if you have a beautiful bottom and it gets in the way, just compensate. Just bring the hoop out a little and it will be okay dokie. I promise. Okay, right, so we've done the knee to one leg. We've done a lift off, we've done the lasso to knee and the lasso to one leg. We're doing well, we're getting through stuff. Right, let's have a little look-see at this. We'll go with a drop down wedgie because we can add this into the one leg thing, and then we will be looking at a knee to foot. Okay, and if none of this makes sense, it doesn't matter because I'm going to show you in a minute anyway. So here we go. Drop wedgie, lots of ways you can get into it. Lots of ways. We can go from a coin toss, you can go for breaks, you can go from just having it up here. So I'm just going to teach it from up here, and then I'm going to add different things into it, little combos that you can add into it, all right? So the hoop is behind me. And again, we're thinking about the base leg. So this is my base leg, my right side. So this is the one that will stay down, and this is the one that's going to swing up and back. So I'm holding the hoop here. And what we're going to practice doing, if this is our first rodeo, is we're just going to lower the hoop, just get comfortable, into the knee crease, what a hard word, of our flying leg, okay? So I lower the hoop into the back of my knee, and I've got it, I can feel it, yeah? It kind of, if I try and pull it off, my knee gives a tiny bit of resistance, and that's what we want. We want it to be held, okay? We don't want it to be stuck. We don't want it to be loose. If it's loose, it will just fly backwards. We want it to be held in place, okay? So we're here, find that sweet spot and hold it. And it should be like this. Now, we also want to think about gaps and what's where. Now, if I'm going to come in with this leg, then I don't want there to be loads of the hoop over here, because it's going to smack, that's my table, it's going to smack into that leg and not swing over my head. So the thing I'm showing you, if you're a bit like, what's she talking about? So I'm on about this guy, yeah? Huh? So if I've got it all over here, and I try and do that, it might smack into this leg, okay? So we're going to do ourselves a favour as beginners, and we're just, well, not beginners, but you know what I mean. We're going to bring it over to the side that we're going to put it into the knee crease of, because it's going to make it easier for us to get it over our head, all right? So more of the hoop on this side. It's in my knee crease, okay? I lean forwards, like so. And I just want you to just push your arms back to start with, and let it swing down, okay? You'll do that. So we're here, and I'm going to pull my leg back, okay, and I'm going to push, and it's going to swing. Right, so I'm just looking at what you guys are doing. That's it, Andrew's got it. Andrew's got it, I think. That's it, nearly. So what we're going to do, Meg, is make sure we've got more of it on the side with the leg that's in the air, if that makes sense. That's it. That's going to make it easier. Okay, so it's there. Make sure it's held nice and tight. Just give it a push back. Tap it back with your hands and let it swing forwards. Okay, that's it. More over to that side. That's it. Now when we swing, we pull back so we get some momentum. We hold it. And when we swing, we bring our knee up and we get into the hoop. Okay, so it's really important we don't just go and drop, because it will probably just end up here. Okay, we've got to give it some serious, a little bit of a push. All right, so to start with, we can give that push with our hands, where we can just give it a little push back. Okay, and then what we can do is, as it goes back, we go into it. All right, so I'll show you what I mean. It's hard to describe these things. Okay, so here we are. Over. Alright, and I'm here in this wedgie position. Now I give it a little push there, okay? If we've got enough of a drop, if I bring my leg, it's probably won't happen. Oh, it did, beautiful. If I've got enough of a drop, if I come back and really give it a swing, I actually don't need to use my hands. It will just come over my head into the other side. Okay, so if I pull back enough, I used my hand then, wrong ankle. Here we go. Here, it's my hand, and I'm here. Okay. And this is for wedgie. So I'm ready for a wedgie. Are you ready? You ready to wedge? Yeah. So we've got the wedgie. Oh, we can go into some leg works. Okay. So just have a little go. Letting that baby swing. Meg, can I come and live at your house, please? It looks like you have lots of big rooms. You're in a different room now. Can I come and teach from there? My house is more. There we go. Let it swing down, Andrea. Drop it like it's hard. That's it. And if we really, the more back you go, yeah, the more back you go, the more you go. It's scary at first because you're like, I want to touch it. Don't have faith. It will just swing around you. Okay, and then we're in the position. And then once you're there, you can go into it. When you go to whatever you want, it's a stance where, you know, there are many, many roads that you can take. Oh, so Meg, one of the things is you need to have more of the hoop on the side that you're standing. So I really want you to be conscious of pulling the hoop over to the side with the leg. It's going to go over. Yeah? You'll get it. And don't open your legs out when you do it. Just nice and calm. All right. In a minute, I'm going to show you what we can do from there. So we're going to just get to a point. And the point we're going to get to is where we are after we've done that drop down wedgie. And I'm just conscious of time. So we've done a little drop down wedgie. Way, and I'm here. Okay, so I could be in a wedgie position. So if I held it here super tight, I'm in a wedgie position. If I let it drop a little bit too much and just catch it above where my knees are, I'm in the perfect position to get my leg break game on and go back onto that one leg. It all matches up, doesn't it? So here we go. I'm here because I just went into it from that point. If you're not confident with that drop down wedgie, you can join me here by taking your hoop, standing in and bringing it like you're going to do a wedgie but letting it drop. Okay, and I'm holding it just above where my knee is. Super important. And I'm holding it nice and tight. Okay, so I'm here. I hope you can see me okay. I'm nice and straight, and like I said, I'm not in a wedgie position. It's not up and flat here. I've allowed it to drop, so it's here. So it's more horizontal than diagonal, and that is important. And I'm holding it between my knees as much as I can, all right? And what I'm gonna do, so we're just gonna start with this and we're gonna look at it all together in a minute, is I'm gonna push forward with my left leg, which is the one that I fly off, and then I'm gonna push forward with my right leg. Push, push, and I'm keeping it, yeah, above the knee. Now, as I'm pushing, I'm just going to get it off the floor so it doesn't keep on making that god-awful noise. As I'm pushing, I'm allowing there to be a gap, an ever so slight gap between my knees, okay? And that is what, along with the push, the forward, backwards, so I'm kind of like fumbling it between my legs, my knees, and as I'm doing that, that's what keeps it on this horizontal plane. If I close my legs really tight, it's going to start doing a wedgie, which is not what I want to happen, okay? So we're here, join me, let it drop. So Meg, let that hoop drop down to where your knees are. There we go, that's better. Keep those legs together, push forward, push backwards, push forward, push backwards. Allow for a tiny gap to happen in between your legs, which is going to give the hoop time and space to straighten up onto a horizontal plane. And we're just pushing forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. And when I'm ready, when you're ready, I'm going to push forwards with my left leg. And when I go back, I'm just going to step up. Okay, so I'm here, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. Left leg, just this one. Get back to that point. So forwards, back, forward, push back. So I push and then push back and stand back like I do when I take one leg out. Okay, so it is hard. Let's have a look at that. Good, allow the gap to happen. Helen, that's good. Nice. So start to buckle it. Good. That's not bad. Nice. Come on. We got this. Nice, Meg. That's good. Well done, man. That's good. Yeah. Okay, so remember, let's have a little look. I'm going to be trying, so I'll go over it again in case you're a little bit lost. I'll go from it from the drop wedgie, just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I'm here, flip, drop, down, round, here, push, 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 get it on that plane, pushing forward, little gap where the hoop is moving forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards, hooked on my base leg, and then I'm going to push forwards with my left leg and then push back and stand onto that one leg. Okay. Yeah. And if you manage to, good, nice work, Helen. We've got 2 flyers, this is good. Come on, join us. Join us, that's good. Well done. Now you've got to be strong with that. As soon as you kick forwards, back, you've got to be really strong with that leg game. You've always got to be strong with the leg game. Nice. And then try and get that leg back in. Ah, nearly, so close. Just do that little kick as you bring it in. I know it's easier said than done. So we can as well keep the break going. So you can just kind of, I think of it like you're kind of dribbling a ball around, but you're not, it's a hula hoop and it's not football. But it's that kind of, it feels like that's what it would feel like if I liked football. I was good at football. So I'm here, ta-da, and then I'm going to come out, so we can get to it from this point as well. We don't have to do a drop wedgie. There we go. We don't have to start with it on that one leg. We can just come out one leg. There we are. So I'm going to look for the gap at the back. So when the hoop is at this side, I'm going to bring my leg down, and then I can do my breaks. Woo. So the leg comes down behind the hoop. Behind. Yeah? Behind. I should have done this thing. So when the hoop leaves, so it's over here, this one comes behind it and pushes into it. You get it, yeah? Let's have a little go at that. You could go in from a lasso onto one leg and then add the knee break, which is all possible. Good. Okay, and I'm gonna show if you don't want to do this, keep on working on that. I'm just throwing it in because people who want the recording might be after this particular, so I want to make sure that it's there. So knee to foot, a whistle stop tour, if you will. Okay, so I'm going to put the hoop onto my knee. That's the first thing I'm going to be able to do. Okay, so I'm going to stand on the one leg and put the hoop on my knee. Okay, and it's going around. And I'm going to look for when the hoop swings down, now, and as it does, I'm going to bring my foot down onto the bottom of the hoop and swing out. Okay, now, if you can't balance on one leg confidently like this, then you need to think about what you're doing when you're doing this, all right? Because I don't want no injuries. So if you need to hold on to a worktop or a wall, then so be it. Okay, I don't want anybody just you know, Icarus and the sun with it, all right? So I'm here, again, it's a little bit whistle stoppy, but we have covered a lot of ground, which I actually enjoy, so there we go. Here we go. So it's going around, looking for the bottom. I'm going to catch it with my foot, and as I, sorry, it came off. As I do, I'm going to stick my leg out to the side and begin with my foot. And then I can take it into whatever I want to from there. I'm obviously not going to teach box splits, foot hooping and all of that. We will come back to those things. But that's generally the gist of it. I do a passes class where I talk about the passing it from knee to knee and then taking it into that as well. So we're here, I'm looking for the gap, the bottom, foot takes it out. Yeah, so you want to touch the hoop with your foot and swing out with the hoop as it's swinging downwards. Okay, there we go. Ooh, door. Huh? That's it. And when it's on my knee, I'll show you from this profile, it's real calm. Again, like let's take it back to that flamingo. So I'm really calm on that. See how calm I am? Yeah, so my leg isn't splayed and I'm looking for that bit where it swings down and then we're out. Like I said, if you want to do stretches, if you want to hold on to something, if you, whatever you need to do it, you do you. I'm not here to do you, I'm here to show you things, okay? Nice. Nice. Good. And we'll come back to these in the next leg day. We'll look at just doing the full 1, 2, and then adding in different things as well. Yeah, and like I said, it's tricky. And your foot, yeah, so when it is on your foot, you want your foot to be like that. Yeah. So, can't really get it up to where the camera is. My Sporty Spice days are behind me. Okay. So onto your knee, so nice and calm. Stand on one leg, flamingo. Channel your flamingo. Bring the hoop onto your knee. Whee! It's going around on your knee, nice and calm. Looking for the hoop swinging down as it does. Gonna touch it with my foot and swing my foot out. Then gonna start pushing in with my foot, holding it there. It's very hard to slow down because you need all of the things for momentum. Here we go. Okay. It does take time. There's always lots of things you can do from that point. Are there any questions you'd like to ask me? Because we have galloped through a lot of things and you have all done very well. So if you want to ask me anything, then now is your time. No? Nice. So yeah, just whatever you like, run with it. And remember, all of these things, apart from that last bit, I haven't really added that into, I mean, you can turn that into something afterwards, easy. But they all lead back into each other. You can run them all into each other in different little circuit loops and play around with them. And that's what you want to do. If you create patterns and combos, you kind of make it a bit more fun than just kind of focusing on the one thing, like I'm just going to do it on one leg, because it can get a bit like grueling. Okay. Whoa, ping off. Yeah, so remember, if you put it on your knee, nice and calm with the knee. Knee's not out like this. Yeah, I don't open up my hip until I'm swinging down with the foot. Yeah, so I do it, so whoosh, open that hip up and out. Yeah, and if you're not confident with that, then you need to look at some box splits kind of things and balance another time. I am going to go in a moment. Is there anything you want to ask me before we end this session? No? Yes? Oh. Unmute yourselves. I have my next block that starts next week. On that block next week, I believe it is breaks that I'm going to start on. And again with breaks, like it doesn't matter what level you're at because I'm going to be throwing 2 hoops in for other people and stuff. So like if you're new to